Have you ever looked at your life and just felt like it was heavier than most? You try so hard to do the right thing. You pray, you honor God. But somehow your journey still feels steeper, your battles feel deeper, and the storms just seem to rage louder for you. Let me tell you something right now. You are not imagining it. People who are truly set apart by God often walk roads that others will never, ever understand. It can feel like you're carrying this hidden weight, or like the enemy has you specifically in his sights, aiming at you more than anyone else. But what if? What if it's because you're chosen? Chosen for something higher, shaped for something uncommon. Here's the hard truth that not many people talk about. Being chosen rarely means living an easy life. In fact, it often means facing challenges that are designed to refine you, to stretch you, and to force you to lean on God in a way you never would have otherwise. It feels like punishment is very often preparation. The struggle isn't destroying you, it's building you. Maybe you've wiped away tears in silence, wondering what you did wrong. Maybe you've watched people you care about drift away without any warning. Maybe you feel burdens that no one around you even seems to notice. If that's you, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not abandoned. You are not cursed, and you are definitely not overlooked. God has a pattern with his chosen ones. He molds them through the very pain that would cause others to crumble. Today, we were going to look at the 5 pains that often mark those who are truly called by God. The first one is the pain of rejection. Rejection has a way of showing up suddenly, doesn't it? One day, people are in your corner, cheering you on. The next, they're distant, cold, and you're left wondering what on earth you did wrong. But here's the thing. It's not always that you changed for the worse. It's that your spirit grew, and not everyone can handle the light that God has placed on you. Some people, when confronted with the truth your very presence exposes in their own lives, would rather push you away than do the work of growing themselves. Think about it. Jesus himself wasn't spared from rejection. His own community, the people who watched him grow up, doubted him. If the Savior of the world faced it, you will too. But this rejection has a divine purpose. It's God's way of loosening your grip on human approval and securing your identity firmly in him. When God removes certain people from your life, it's not a loss, it's protection. So please don't chase after those who walked out on you. Bless them, release them, and trust God to bring the right people for your next chapter. The second pain is the pain of loneliness. And I'm not talking about just being alone. I mean a kind of loneliness that a crowded room can't fix. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely unseen. That's because the chosen often feel different deep down on the inside. Your spirit is moving in a direction that others just don't understand. You're thinking in terms of calling and purpose, while they're focused on comfort. You're talking about vision, while they're talking about convenience. This creates this quiet, persistent ache, because the very things that make you who you are also set you apart. But even this loneliness has a purpose. God often pulls his chosen ones aside so they can hear his voice without all the noise and distraction. Moses encountered God in the wilderness, alone. Elijah heard God's gentle whisper in solitude. Even Jesus constantly withdrew to lonely places to pray. That silence is where God downloads clarity into your spirit. That isolation is where your spiritual roots deepen. I know you may ache for someone who just gets you. But this season of loneliness isn't punishment, it's an incubation period. Like a seed hidden in the soil, you are being prepared for a greater unveiling. And when the time is right, God will bring people into your life who match your fire. The third pain is the pain of the inner battle. Chosen people often fight wars on the inside that nobody else ever sees. You want to pray, but your spirit feels heavy and resistant. You want to change a habit, but the temptation pulls on you harder than ever. And then the guilt starts to whisper. If you really loved God, you wouldn't struggle like this. But that's a lie. Struggle is not the sign of failure, it's the sign of spiritual life. The enemy doesn't waste his time on people who pose no threat. The reason your battle feels so intense is because your calling is intense. This inner conflict serves to keep you humble, to keep you dependent on God, and to make you acutely aware of your need for his grace. Every time you stumble, it's a lesson. And every time you get back up, it's growth. The fourth pain is the pain of letting go. God often calls his chosen to release things that other people seem to get to keep. Sometimes it's a habit. Sometimes it's a place you love. Sometimes it's a relationship that no longer aligns with your divine purpose. And sometimes, the hardest of all, it's a dream that God asks you to lay down so he can replace it with his own. Think about the giants of our faith. Abraham had to leave everything familiar behind. Moses sacrificed the comfort and status of the palace. The Apostle Paul laid down his prestigious reputation. For each of them, loss was the doorway to their destiny. In God's economy, subtraction often leads to multiplication. Every sacrifice you make clears space for something divine to enter. Your tears are not wasted, they are seeds being planted for a future harvest. Finally, there's the fifth pain, the pain of waiting. Waiting can feel like the most difficult assignment of all. It can feel like everyone else's life is moving forward while you just stuck in place. You pray, you hope, you try to take steps of faith, and yet the door remains stubbornly closed. But remember Joseph, he waited in a pit and then in a prison. Remember David, he waited in caves, hiding for his life after he had already been anointed king. Delay was not denial, it was development. Waiting is the tool God uses to shape your patience, to strengthen your faith, and to mature your character. God never rushes his masterpieces. So when you put all these pains together, rejection, loneliness, inner conflict, sacrifice, in waiting you start to see a beautiful divine pattern. These are not signs of God's distance. They are the unmistakable signs of his hand on your life. Rejection is actually redirection. Loneliness tunes your ear to his voice. Inner conflict deepens your dependence on him. Letting go frees you up for more of him. And waiting prepares you for the weight of your calling. Your path may be difficult, but it is a holy path. Your struggle may be deep, but it is incredibly meaningful. God is building something in you that cannot be rushed, cannot be copied, and cannot be taken away. One day all the tears will make sense. One day all the battles will reveal their glorious purpose. One day, you will look back and understand why God chose you to walk this specific road. And with tears of gratitude in your eyes, you will say, it was worth it. So if you feel different, if you feel misunderstood, if you feel the crushing weight of invisible battles, remember this: you are not breaking. You are being built. You are chosen. And the chosen are prepared, not pampered. The best is still ahead. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more encouragement. God bless you.